93, 93, 93. This is Aman Asha Renew from AshaRenew.com. Today I will speak on how to build up credit in the spirit world. To understand the concept of credit, we must start in the spirit world because we understand the concept of credit on the physical plane, like a credit score or a credit card, and building up credit by using credit cards. We understand the concept on the physical plane, but this also applies on the spirit plane. Because the same way you would use a credit card to make a purchase and then pay that money back at the end of the month, in the spirit world, there is no money. Like when you dream, most of the time when you dream, you're not dreaming about spending money. You're not having dreams about utilizing a credit card. Because in dreams, there is no need for that. Because things are instant in the dream plane or the spirit world. Because there is no time and no space. Those are illusions. So you can be anywhere at any given time at any moment, and even in multiple places at once you become more advanced. And this is based on your spiritual credit. Your spiritual credit just represents the energy you have in the spirit world. Because that's where you go to develop your powers, as we call our psychic powers, telepathy, telekinesis, so on and so forth. Those attributes are developed in the spirit world or the astral world, and then it bleeds into the physical plane. We don't develop it here and take it there. We develop it there and channel it down here. So a person that's psychic, for example, that's a manifestation of spiritual currency, work that they have put in on the spirit plane that they're able to benefit from on the physical plane. So they're able to, you can say, utilize their spiritual credit in order to extract information that other people don't have access to. That's due to spiritual credit. They have a spiritual credit card. With that spiritual credit card, you're able to again extract wisdom. You're able to read the thoughts of others or to know the feelings of others. You're able to essentially just tap into an environment or a reality that is invisible to others. Just like your credit score may be invisible to others. You may know your score, but it's not necessarily something that's public information. So your spiritual credit is your ability to develop your psychic abilities. What makes you God? What makes you the goddess? What makes a person God or what makes a person the goddess is their ability to transfer their spiritual credit into physical benefit. Because you are taking your godly attributes and materializing them in the physical plane. And this starts with credit that you have developed by putting in the work. This is why a person meditates. This is why a person dreams, because you are putting in shadow work. Shadow work just represents psychic work. Psychic work just represents developing your psychic abilities and forces, being able to manipulate the subtle forces of nature, because they're already here. We just don't know how to manipulate it until we train ourselves to do so. And once we train ourselves to do so, now we are able to tap into those forces that are subtle or hidden to everyone else. So now you're able to make that purchase with credit instead of with money. So an example of that would be you don't have to directly ask a person something. You already know because you can read thoughts. So instead of having to like take this person out and getting to know a person and having to vet a person and all these things that people have to do in order to get to know a person in and out, you already have access to that information because of the work you have been putting in spiritually. You're able to cash in on that credit. So you're able to know exactly who you're dealing with, what you're dealing with, without a person having to tell you. And hopefully they are telling the truth. But even if they are not, you already are a step ahead because of the credit that you have invested into yourself. So you are ultimately doing it for yourself because you never know when you need to cash in on this credit. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be the next day, or it may be a daily factor. It all is dependent on how you choose to utilize your abilities. So we build up the credit in the spirit world by developing our psychic abilities there via meditation or the dream plane. And different people, of course, have access to different abilities. Of course, you can say we are all psychic, but based upon our spiritual credit, you may be more telepathic than telekinetic. You may have to invest more credit into your telekinesis than your telepathy. So everyone is on different levels. Everyone has different scores, you can say. So you're just coming to the realization of your spiritual credit scores. Then how telepathic am I? How much can I really heal a person? Can I remote heal a person or do they need to be right in front of me? How far does my energy extend? All this will be based upon your spiritual credit. So that's just to give you an idea of how this works. And with that, I bear peace. 93, 93, 93.